The Ellen DeGeneres situation's getting even more sticky. It's almost as sticky as Jeffrey Epstein's bedroom floor. It's just getting bad. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy watching me expose Hollywood elites. We're going to be doing more of these, so let's get off into this.
Rosie O'Donnell just said something that no one was expecting her to say out loud. The real reason Ellen fled from the US and ended her show is much darker than what you might think. And once you connect all the dots, everything starts to make sense. Ellen's executive producer, Twitch, and her ex-girlfriend, Anne Heche, both died under mysterious circumstances less than 6 months after the Ellen show ended. And allegedly, Ellen was involved.
You know, I have an understanding of the cycle of show business and kind of what happens in people's careers and when enough is enough. And oftentimes people don't know that. You know, I think I have a good balance of both in my life, of the importance of both. And it's hard to maintain. It's hard to do, especially when you're doing a show like that. But, you know, I don't think it was the be kind thing that got her. I think that's simplification, but it was a lot of things and it was complicated. And I'm glad that she's, going to be finished and she can get some time, to herself to just,
enjoy some time to herself to enjoy her multi-millions.
Huge kind of strange, thing to be on a show like that and have all that attention on you. And she had it for like 19 years. So
Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen were best friends for years, with Ellen even coming out on her show back in 1996. But now they barely talk. Rosie is now pulling back the curtain on exactly what happened between her and Ellen and why she decided to step away from the public spotlight. The Ellen show went on for more than 20 years, but Rosie was never invited. In May of 2022, Ellen's 20-year run came crashing down after Ellen got exposed for creating a toxic work environment and her employees. Ellen ended her show, and 2 months later, her ex-girlfriend, Anne Heche, ended up dying in a car crash. In December of that same year, Twitch also committed suicide.
Ellen DeGeneres is speaking out about
2 bodies? That's crazy work. There's some foul play in there, chat. You put a one in the chat. It had to be some foul play.
Reports of workplace mistreatment in a letter to her staff.
Two of the people that are really close to you are unalived in the same year? I don't know, bro.
Talk show host shared her initial reaction to the allegations from current and former employees and revealed what actions are being taken to improve company culture. Ellen said she was disappointed to learn about the claims in a recent BuzzFeed article, citing the show's enormous growth over the years and her increased reliance on people to do their jobs as they knew I'd want them done. She went on to acknowledge that clearly some didn't.
I don't think you achieve anything by bullying people.
In a statement to E.T., Warner Brothers, the studio behind Ellen's show,
it looks like she bullies her barber with that cut.
Shots fired!
How you worth $1 bajillion and you still get a cut like a third grader whose grandma cut his hair before school?
They have interviewed dozens of current and former employees in the wake of these allegations. They say that during their investigation, it was revealed that there were some deficiencies related to the show's day-to-day.
She looks like she has an immune deficiency.
Management. And that moving forward, the studio and Ellen are committed to creating a workplace based on respect and inclusion.
You're a liar!
I stay grateful and I try to stay humble, and I think that I pay attention to what is important and what is real.
These misconduct allegations stem from a BuzzFeed article that was published last week.
White women really do age like yogurt left out in the desert, bro. That is the face only a dead grandmother could love.
Which included anonymous accounts from a dozen former and 1 current employee.
2 months after The Ellen Show ended, Stephen Twitch Boss, executive producer of The Ellen Show, committed suicide and left a note. Several investigative journalists have said that in this note, Stephen pointed at Ellen as being the cause of his death. Even Stephen's wife said that he was incredibly stressed about something that happened on the show, and that stress is what caused him to take such a horrifying step.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic side of Stephen Twitch Boss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left a suicide note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times. Because it was so dark, I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is to end my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part of my life.
Some sources claim that Twitch saw something behind the scenes that he wasn't supposed to see, and that's what got him. Twitch is...
Yeah, dude, unaliving yourself, it's something that you should never do, man. You should never do. Life gets hard, but that's part of the story, man. That's part of the journey is the destination.
Wife, Allison Holker, revealed that Twitch left her a note before his death. In this note, Twitch talked...
Yeah, he had a son, a beautiful wife, nice little family, probably had a good little chunk of change in his wallet, had some clout. There's no reason this guy should have unalived himself.
Talked about the pressure Ellen was putting on him. Allegedly, Ellen wanted Twitch to help her clean her image and say that all the workplace allegations against her were false. Fans trusted Twitch, and Ellen wanted to take advantage of this trust. Twitch knew everything that was happening on The Ellen Show, and Ellen wanted to silence him.
Early on the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary two-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone, and he had not taken his car with him when he left, two things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
The news about Ellen created a wave of online criticism at the time, including some directed at Twitch.
As for exactly what can go on behind closed doors in Hollywood, Rosie O'Donnell once recounted a story about how Bill Cosby had been invited to her show and began to assume the producers' behavior was brushed under the rug.
The pudding. Every time I see him, I'm just like, hey, do you guys want a drink? Hey, does this pudding taste like chloroform?
Because Hollywood is used to it. Sexual abuse is rampant in Hollywood and at times even celebrated. Several child actors have claimed that they were taken advantage of when they first
I don't know if y'all saw this Nickelodeon documentary with this dude that looks like a thumb. This dude is a sicko, bro.
Into the industry. These actors were forced to be intimate with music executives and film directors. If you wanted a role, you had to show you were willing to do whatever the director or producer wanted you to do.
About Hollywood managers who manage kids, it's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
They're
Strange...
just grooming these kids, dude.
That
These
kid from
them
Strange Things?
Stranger Things. Yeah.
He just left his manager, and they're alleging sex abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin.
The curly haired kid. Oh,
yeah.
He's
Owen
in
Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be fucking transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
What's up with these transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ, this is nuts.
Watch
man.
An Open Secret, and they go through. Dude, they pick. They're accusing people. It's for free. I think on Vimeo.
Yeah, you can
watch it for free. An Open Secret.
On
YouTube or something.
On Vimeo. You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederasts
for sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music. This is what it's about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment business.
Women and kids.
Mostly kids.
And sometimes dudes. You know, Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his dick
in front of his wife.
Some famous dude grabbed his.
Justin Bieber's name comes up every time the topic of the mistreatment of child actors is.
Well, you got to think, if you want that level of fame, you want that level of stardom, you want that level of clout, you have to give up something of yourself. You have to give something up and trade it for that. It's not an even exchange. You want to be rich and famous? I'm going to need something. I'm going to need that. And that's what Hollywood's all about. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I see a lot of people in Hollywood that are talentless, aren't good actors, aren't good singers, aren't good performers, but yet they're famous, selling out stadiums. We were at Target the other day. I don't even remember the girl's name. It was some random artist I'd never even heard of. It was like Megan, I don't even remember her freaking name. It was some girl I'd never heard of. She was all over Target. And then all of a sudden she had a #1 selling album. I'm like, who is this person? Who is this person? And just out of nowhere, she just blew up.
Disgust. Justin's 48-hour party with Diddy and the constant harassment he faced at the hands of creeps was horrifying. And rather than trying to help him out, Ellen laughed at him. This is how she reacted to a teenager's privacy being attacked. 17 different times. And in her own words, Ellen said that she knew what Diddy was doing at his after parties. The timing of Ellen's fleeing the U.S. also lines up with...
So some of you guys told me that these baby oil bottles were laced with GHB. That is wild work. That is wild.
Diddy's arrest. In 2024, a month after the FBI raided Diddy's Miami mansion, Ellen announced that she was leaving the U.S. forever and moved to the UK with her
Why
wife.
does Ellen's face look like it was written in cursive?
Shots fired!
What is that?
Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Simply moving the UK isn't that suspicious, but the timing. The way Ellen completely changed her appearance. And how she stepped away from the public
I don't think she completely changed her appearance. She just started looking like a frickin' raisin.
spotlight do make you think. To make matters even worse, Ellen recently announced that she's planning to come back. And believe it or not, this announcement came after Diddy filed for early release.
They're losing their minds.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very
she could
sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Oh, bit of
could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe
Release
she's
all the
hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife, Portia.
What I don't get is why they won't release all the Epstein files. Why not release the Epstein files? Why not release the Diddy files? Why not release every single one of the files? Why not? What are we trying to hide here? Who are we trying to protect?
Entertainment publication The Wrap has the exclusive story and said Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have moved to rural.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're.
It's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first,
Carrie.
Epstein. Some fans believe that the set of Ellen's show was modeled after a temple on Epstein's island. While we're on the topic of weird things Ellen was caught doing, some sources online have even pointed to strange symbolism hidden in some of Ellen's videos. March 2020, right when COVID lockdowns began, Ellen DeGeneres made a bizarre video wearing a hoodie with a red bloody face. The same face that Jay-Z was later spotted wearing.
symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGeneres. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Look at it. Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background.
It's almost an exact replica.
Ellen's entire public image was carefully crafted, and once her fans found out what kind of person she actually was, she lost everything. Joe Rogan actually saw it coming years ago. He said that Ellen's personality always felt forced, like she was wearing a mask. Rosie O'Donnell...
It did. It seemed very, very fake. Every time I've ever seen her, it seemed fake. It's never seemed genuine, ever.
Why did she say that?
I don't know, because I have photos of her holding my newborn babies. I knew her for 30 years. Like, I don't know Rosie, we're not friends. It was so upsetting to me that I had t-shirts made. I don't know Rosie, we're not friends, and I gave them out to my staff. Because it was very painful. And, we've never sort of gotten over it.
Did she ever reach out to you to explain it or what her thinking was, or?
No.
I mean, I'm not the first person to say this, but she's a strange creature.
Well, we're not similar.
She's a lizard human.
I can say that for sure. We're not emotionally similar.
No.
And I was never asked to go on her show. When I was, it was long after they had been on for many years, and she had the same staff as my show, the same producers, the same everything. And
that's wild.
Now I don't blame her for doing that. I didn't create the genre of a Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas talk show. This was what I grew up watching. But I did think that she was all of a sudden in the position I was in, where she was starting a show and wanted it to be successful and get the money and the accolades that came with it. And instead of deciding to stand next to me and hold my hand, which is what I did to her, she did the opposite.
I'll tell you right now, having a talk show seems like one of the easiest gigs. It does not seem like a hard gig at all. Having a reaction channel, I feel like is a talk show in a sense. And let me tell you right now, the hardest thing is finding topics to talk about. Getting on camera and talking and having fun is the easiest part. This part right here, the recording part, is the absolute easiest part of any of this. The hardest part is finding the content, staying up with the times, knowing what to talk about. The easiest part is recording it. So like for these people, she's alley-ooped and you just get layups of these celebrities and you have all these connections. Her job's not hard.
2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Hesh, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel. But I'm not a scientist. I mean, I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her other host, her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of like close people around you dying in weird ways.
No one can ever really know exactly what Ellen was involved with since both Twitch and Anne Heche had died. But here's the thing. The rest of Hollywood is just as bad. Joe Rogan spoke out about allegations and patterns of abuse and predation in the entertainment industry and how common it be among child actors and young performers. Almost a decade later, after the truth about Diddy and Harvey Weinstein came out, it was all proven to be true.
Don't let your kids be around weird agents and take them to auditions.
Don't let your kids get into acting. Do not let your kids get into that.
Has it ever worked out? Well, you know, the other thing is, like, look at what happened with that Sandusky guy. That guy was taking care of kids. Like, his whole thing was like, hey, I do charitable work with children. You know, I do charitable work and I take care of these kids. Yeah, I'm just all about helping kids. It's all about helping kids. They're our future. If you're an actress and you worked with Harvey Weinstein, you never tried to get suck his like what?
I don't know about you guys, man, and let me know what you think, but anytime I see people that work with kids a lot, it's so fishy to me. It's unbelievably fishy to me. You're telling me you only work with kids? That's your profession, is working with children? I don't know, man. It's always weird. Let's go to some of the comments of the other Ellen video I did. Human flesh comes and goes, but demonic spirits live on throughout history. They were the same spirits that influenced people thousands of years ago and are still here today, taking shelter in new human beings. That's why the despicable acts we see happening these days aren't new at all. There's an eternal being who makes them all tremble in fear. Jesus. They always find a way to silence these people. Eye-opening, thanks. Yes, Levi, keep these stories coming. The more people that know what is going on with showbiz people, the better. It is sickening. Had this been an average American citizen, they'd lock us up, throw away the keys. So sick of these criminals getting away with everything. Zero justice. They are conspiracies. The accused have conspired to commit awful acts on the innocent. Sadly, Ellen was found face down in Ricky Lake this morning. News at 10. I don't think that's true. Let's be real. Why would you trust a man whose stage name is Diddy? Who didn't he Diddy? Corey Feldman was speaking out against Hollywood decades ago when he was young. He blames Hollywood for his best friend Corey Haim's death. But the Dow was over 50,000. I'll never watch anything else with Tom Hanks after I saw a picture of him and Jeffrey sitting down to a friendly personal dinner. And yes, there was little girls present. Dr. Mangus Hirschfield approves. Nothing will change unless we fix it ourselves. Hollywood is in Los Angeles, the self-proclaimed city of angels. What kind of angels would dwell in Los Angeles? Fallen angels? The same ones that fell when Satan fell and was cast out of heaven? Your dog's fixation with the back of your head is amazing. They sold their souls to the devils. Oh, what is this? I love your show, Levi. I'm very proud of you. It's beautiful to see a man who literally built himself. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. They sold their souls to the devils in Hollywood and their booties, bottoms up. But this is also why I think a lot of people are gravitating towards YouTubers, content creators, and stuff that I would consider like independent media. I don't have anybody cutting me a check. I don't have some big corporation saying, you got to talk about this. You got to cover this. You got to be PC. Got to be politically correct. You know, believe all women, trans children are like, no, we don't do any of that nonsense here. We're based in fact, logic. Very conservative here. I don't want my daughter to play in a league where trans kids are playing basketball with her. I don't want that. I think we should hold these people accountable. I don't care how much money you have. It's a wild world we live in, and people say corruption isn't real. People that say that, they just need more money. Because it is real. Is real. Oh, is there something there? Corruption is definitely real. You just got to have enough money to afford it. It's alive and well. People get away with stuff all the time. People have, what is it, diplomatic immunity? People that work in the CIA and the FBI. Oh, you can't arrest me. Can't touch me. Whatever I do, I can just do what I can do what I do. Whatever, doesn't matter. Which is wild work. And then these people that are super rich and super famous, they can just do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can do anything. They can get away with anything. And it's time for these people to be held accountable. Especially if we're holding people accountable for stealing, a Snickers bar at Walgreens. You get arrested for stealing, a video game from Walmart, which is why they lock them up. You get arrested for stealing something at Target, but these people can just get away with all this stuff. Nobody's investigating it. Come on, bro. Something's fishy. Something's in the water, and people are starting to see it. I believe in the next 5 to 10 years, people will really wake up, and this is why I see we're starting to see like an emergence of people that aren't from Hollywood start to get into these media spaces. You got Markiplier, I think that's his name, that's how you say it. You also have the guy that made Obsession, the guy that made The Backrooms. These like independent guys that aren't in the Hollywood elite are starting to come up in the industry, in the entertainment industry, and then YouTubers now are getting paid as much as professional athletes. It's because people are sick of it. They're sick of the facade, they're sick of the fakeness, and they're sick of being talked to like they're stupid. People aren't stupid. Like, you guys aren't dumb. And I think with a lot of movies and entertainment and even the music industry, they treat people like they're dumb. And that's not the case. People are a lot, in my opinion, there are dumb people out there, yes. There are stupid people. And they're going to be everywhere. Hell, we can all be a little bit stupid sometimes, But people in general aren't stupid. They don't need to be led down a path like that. People get it. People aren't retarded. But I digress. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's always good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.